Hey, LeBurn Ninja here with another commentary. This time I decided to go with some single player gameplay of Vanquish. It's a game made by the creator, Shinji Mikami, who is behind the Resident Evil franchise. This was his first game for Platinum Games, who was also behind Bayonetta, I believe. I have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's Bayonetta. And it's published by Sega. Uh, I had some doubts about picking this game up. I went by the EB Games a few times, went in and out. I checked the reviews for this, and one of the complaints about the game was that it was a short game, around 5 to 6 hours of gameplay. So that was kind of holding me off from a purchase. I mean, it is $60. But I'll be honest, I went into Blockbuster, went to go pick up the game to rent it. Figured, it'd be cheaper just to rent. They didn't have it in stock, so I said, well, I went back to EB Games, and temptation took over, and I said, what the heck, I'll buy it. And to be honest with you, I'm glad I did. Vanquish is one of those games that, for people who like to do speedruns, it's a great game, and I do like trying to do speedruns. This video here is actually from my first time through, so I'm still learning the controls and sometimes failing at them. But a lot of people like doing speedruns, and this game really it's really geared towards that speedrun crowd. Right down from like every level you do, every stage you do, it actually has like a tally at the end, and you get multiplier points and stuff like that. And it also has online leaderboards as well, so it takes those points and puts them towards the leaderboards. And for people like me, a bit of an older gamer, well, I guess 26 is old for a gamer, who grew up with the NES, Super NES, and those type of games where a lot of those games were designed for speed runs, like Super Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog and Contra and all those type of games. A lot of people tried to do speed runs for those games. So people who like to do those type of speedruns would probably like this game as well. One thing a lot of people were saying, and it's kind of true, is that a lot of people are calling this the Japanese Gears of War, and from a certain perspective it is. I mean, it has like the obvious cover system and the shooting, over the shoulder shooting mechanic, and some of the buttons are the same. Like the button layout and stuff, but as you can tell, I mean, it's a lot more faster paced than Gears of War will ever be. So I mean, if you're a big Gears of War fan and you like that heavy soldier movement, then you're probably not gonna like this game. If you want more if you want Gears of War but like a lot faster pace, like I consider this more like Gears of War and steroid and speed and whatever other performance enhancing drug you can think of. And that's what I like about the game. It's because it's fast. And for anybody who's played this game, you're gonna see I made a slight cut there, and I also made another cut coming up through the cutscene that's gonna show here. That's just to avoid spoilers. Actually, I think I did a pretty good job at cutting it up, so I probably didn't even have to mention that. About doing single-player games, I actually had a few requests about other games asking if I had them, and some of the games I do, some of the games I don't. One guy asked me about Red Dead Redemption. I'm thinking about doing that. One of the issues behind that, though, is I heard quite a few other YouTube channels getting their videos pulled due to copyright infringement. That was complained by Rockstar Games. Although, by law, I'm allowed to do what I'm doing right now, which is commentating on the video, and a lot of those people got their videos back. But again, while they can get their videos back, it's a pain in the butt to have to go through all that. So I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do Red Dead Redemption. I do plan to get the upcoming zombie DLC. I think it's I can't remember what it's called, Undead something. Undead Nightmare, maybe? I can't remember. Probably should have looked that up before doing the commentary. But anyway, I'm going to be getting that. And I might put up gameplay for that. I just haven't decided yet. But I love everything zombies, so that's definitely on my radar. Another game I got, and I haven't really gotten too far much into it, is Fallout New Vegas. I haven't really got into it because I've been playing this game, want to get this game out of the way, and then I've been doing some of the NHL stuff. So I have quite a few games on the go right now, and Modern Warfare 2 is part of my daily rotation, and then you have life as well. So I haven't really got into it, but I will plan to. And then you have Black Ops coming out next month, early next month. So I probably should get into that game, Fallout. I mean. But Fallout, and then Fable 3 is coming out. Pretty big fan of Fable. The first one was the better game than the second one, but I mean, second one was not bad. I like certain aspects of it. So I think that's pretty much it for the single player games that I think of the top of my head. Anyway, I'm sure there's more that I'm going to be interested in. I'm one of those type of people who will go into the store not even planning to buy a game, just look around, and then say, oh, there's a game I might like. And so I guess you can call me the mindless consumer, but I mean, it's worked out for me more often than it hasn't. And plus, by doing that, when you go into a store like that, like EB Games or Walmart or any of those, sometimes it jogs your memory. It's like, oh, I want to play a game, and oh yeah, there it is. Now it's only $20. Another game, actually, there's a game I forgot to mention. Another game I played, and it's a very good game. I recommend it. Although it's also on the little bit of the short side as far as gameplay length is concerned. Is Enslaved. It's made by Ninja Theory, who is the creators of Heavenly Sword, which was a PS3 exclusive. I never actually got to play the first game, by myself. My friend has a PS3, and I got to play it for that, but never got to sit down by myself and play the game through. But for a launch title, it was actually a pretty good game. But Enslaved, it's actually a pretty good game as well. It has a pretty good story. If you're into games that have good stories, that's the type of game you might want to pick up. The gameplay is decent enough. I mean, it's not the most extensive combo system in the world, but it gets the job done. Because in that game, it is about the story more than it is about the gameplay. One thing, like I said, though, it is a short game, and unlike Vanquish, it really doesn't lend itself too well to multiple playthrough. So that's a game, even though I bought it, it's probably a game I would recommend, but only as a rental. It's definitely worth a playthrough, or if you can get it cheap, wait a couple months after, maybe pick it up at during a Black Friday sale or something, or New Year's or whatever, and get it for $30. Then I would recommend maybe that, but not the full $60. And what was the other game I was thinking of getting? Oh yeah, I saw this Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. There hasn't been a lot of reviews of it. I saw this one guy posting saying that was a 4-hour game. I don't know about that necessarily. Although I do recall LucasArts stating that they're going for this game, for this sequel, they're going more towards quality rather than quantity. Which to me means they're going to make the game shorter but better. The first game wasn't overly long either, so that might be a bit discouraging, and it might be one of those other rental type of games. We have to wait and see, I guess. But I'm also a big Star Wars fan, so knowing me, I'm probably going to pick it up, no matter what length it is. Other than that, I can't think of too many single-player games. Well, strictly single-player. I mean, there's a Need for Speed. What's the game called? Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That's it. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Being made by Criterion Studios. Looking forward to that game. I'm generally not a racing fan, but I've always liked the Need for Speed series. I'm not into simulators too much, like Gran Turismo or Forza 3, even though I bought Forza 3. The only reason I bought Forza 3 was because it had the noob feature, where I'm not into pushing brakes. I just want to go full throttle around the corners. Flying around the corners. That's more of the more of the arcade type when it comes to racing games. I'm definitely not really a car guy, so that part of it doesn't really impress me all that much. I'm sure for people who are really into cars, those are great games. And then, of course, as far as the big games that are coming out, the one I'm looking forward to the most is Black Ops. I rented Medal of Honor, and I played the beta. I was also a beta tester for it through Combat Testing, who specializes in beta testing stuff, those type of games. And I was never really impressed with the multiplayer then, and I'm certainly not now. To me, it just feels like a mix between Bad Company 2 and Modern Warfare 2, which, to be honest, for me, it should be great because I like both of those games. But it really just feels like, why am I playing this game when I can play Modern Warfare 2 or Bad Company 2? Both games I already own, And it feels like that way for me. And that's not to say necessarily the game is bad, just that I really feel no reason to buy it. But Black Ops is a different story. Now, a lot of people, there's Call of Duty haters for that type of game, for those games. Every game's a copy and paste, but they're adding so much to Black Ops this time. And I do like Treyarch. A lot of people who are more Infinity War lovers usually hate the Treyarch installments. I actually like Treyarch, the Treyarch Call of Duties, especially World at War. They also tend to treat the PC crowd a little better with their releases. So so I'm definitely looking forward to Black Ops, especially all the modes that they're adding into that game. But anyway, you're gonna see me get owned here, and that's basically gonna be it for my commentary. So until next time, this is LeBurn98 signing off. See you guys.